When you buy a diamond, the seller hands you a certificate. You glance at it, all in English, GIA, 4C, carat, color, clarity. You nod, yeah, this looks professional. Then you pay. Let me ask you, what did that paper actually say? Did you really understand it? You didn't, but you were too embarrassed to admit it. Hey guys, it's your girl Pearl. I'll tell you, it's not your fault. They made it confusing on purpose. If everyone could understand it, how would they convince you that this one is better than that one?
First question. Who issues jewelry certificates? Not God, not the government. It's laboratories. GIA, IGI, EGL, HRD, and over 100 others you've never even heard of. GIA says this diamond is F color. EGL might call it E color. Which one is right? Both, because they use their own standards. Wait, I'm not saying all certificates are like this. GIA, IGI, HRD are professional. They have strict standards and procedures. But some certificates, guess how they're filled out? See how they work. I'm kidding. Experts in professional labs are serious. They don't eat instant noodles while working. But you know what? Some certificates' data really is visually estimated, not measured by instruments, just looked at. The problem isn't unprofessional. The problem is some organizations sell results that were eyeballed at prices meant for instrument measured. You know EGL, European Gemological Laboratory. Sounds authoritative, right? But people in the jewelry industry call it the Every Diamond Looks Good lab. What does that mean? EGL's grading is looser than GIA's. The same diamond GIA says H color, EGL dares to call it F color, 2 grades higher. GIA says this diamond is F color. A pretty good grade. EGL says this diamond is D color. Perfectly colorless. You hold that EGL certificate and think you got a steal. Really, you just bought a diamond with a beauty filter on.
Oh, this diamond is lovely. The color is slightly yellow, but let's just call it F color. The customer's happy, the seller's happy, I'm happy.
Then who's unhappy?
The person who buys it second-lined, because when they later send it to GIA for retesting, they find the color dropped.
You might ask, why does EGL do this? Aren't they afraid of being exposed? The answer? They are. But they're more afraid of not making money. A 1-carat diamond GIA gives it K color. EGL gives it G color. The price jumps from $4,200 to $7,300. A difference of over $3,000. The seller pockets the difference. EGL gets the grading fee. Who loses? You. You hold that EGL certificate, thinking you bought a great diamond. When you send it for retesting, the grade drops, and you're past the return window. You know what happened in 2014? Rapnet, the world's largest diamond trading platform, banned EGL. Why? Because they found that EGL's grading standards were too far off from GIA's and consumers had been misled for decades. The head of EGL South Africa said, "We never did anything wrong." Rapnet said, "But your certificates don't match GIA's. Consumers don't know that. So ban." The industry itself couldn't stand it anymore. Think about how deep this goes. If this is already making you question every diamond you've ever bought, hit like. You're not alone.
Some sellers give you a certificate number. You say, I want to verify it. They say, no problem, scan this QR code. You scan it, a website opens. You enter the number, and it says, this diamond is genuine. You think, wow, high tech. You know who made that website? The seller themselves. A few $100, buy a template, rent a server, 2 days to launch.
I have a website too. Looks pretty real, right? I even have an SLS certificate.
Is the diamond real?
I just display the page.
That QR code you scan doesn't connect to GIA's database. It connects to the seller's own rented server. The genuine result you got, they wrote it themselves. This is called self-produced, self-sold certification. You think all certificates cost hundreds of dollars? Not necessarily. Some places you can get one for $5. No need to send the stone. You tell me the specs, I'll fill it in. Print, stamp, ship to you. 2 days. What if someone uses this to fake certificates?
That's on them. I just issue the certificate.
What is this called? It's called, you provide the data, I provide the paper. You spend $5 on a piece of paper, The seller spends $5 to buy a reason to scam you. So which labs are reliable? I've put together a table for you. Screenshot it.
So how do you quickly tell if a certificate is real? 3 steps. First, look for the mark. Formal certificates must have the CMA mark. No CMA, no legal validity. It's not even good enough to prop up a wobbly table. The CNAS mark means international recognition. Better to have it, but not required. Second, check the official website. Don't scan the QR code. Manually search for the lab's name, find their official site, and enter the number. That QR code you scanned probably doesn't connect to GIA's database. It connects to the seller's own rented server. Third, match it to the actual stone. The photo on the certificate should be of the actual stone. Weight is also critical. If the weight doesn't match, the certificate is useless no matter how real it looks.
So which labs are reliable? I've put together a table for you. Screenshot it. Remember, certificates from authority labs aren't cheap. GIA charges several $100 to grade a diamond. That's not because they're greedy. It's because their equipment costs millions, and their experts train for years. If someone gives you a GIA certificate for only $50, guess what that is? Can't remember it all? No problem. Hit save and pull it up next time you're buying jewelry. Or send it to your friends so they don't get scammed either.
So, a jewelry certificate isn't an ID card. It's a user manual written by the seller for you to read. Next time someone hands you a certificate, don't just look at color, clarity, carat. First look at who wrote it.